Hello everyone, this is Richard here, and I want to give you guys an update on the greenhouse. I've been working in here today doing some reorganization and upgrading our hydroponic system. So before we've been doing what's called the crack key system, which is basically you just put the roots in a bucket of water, the plant soaks up the water and creates what's called air roots and gives them oxygen, and then they grow. I've upgraded it sort of to what's called a deep water culture system, which is basically the same thing, but instead of just letting the plant use up the water so it creates those air roots, you put oxygen in the water with like an aquarium pump to kind of help it grow. I bought a little pump. It was, I think, 20 bucks or something like that, and I've been trying it with a couple plants for the last week or two, and I've noticed a significant difference between the plants that get aerated and the plants that haven't been aerated as far as how fast they're growing. So with that, I decided to upgrade the whole system. It's still kind of a crack key system, so it's not a true deep water culture, because with as many plants as I have in here, I counted we're up to 33 containers for big plants, which is pretty cool. The pump that I have wasn't strong enough for that, so kind of basically doing a crack key system with aeration now. So let me show you guys what I've been working on. So this is kind of the revamp that I've been working on today, just doing another bit of organization and getting the air pumps in. So show you guys what's going on here. And so there's a little solar panel right out there, and it runs in here to this pump that you can hear is running, and then basically that runs down to here where I've got these little shut-off valves. So this helps control the airflow so that like these guys aren't getting all the water or all the air, and these guys aren't getting any. And then basically it just branches off through these little T's to each of the containers. In each of the containers there is an air stone, and it creates bubbles. So I'll show you guys this just as an example. You can see them bubbling away. Nice, pretty healthy roots. And yeah, I've been trying it with a couple of these plants here. So this was a basil that I got. I just cut him back about in half and basically cut it so that it'll bush out more. So we'll get more leaves and it'll be more of a bushy plant rather than just long stringy. This was our squash. It's a Mexican, I cannot pronounce that, squash. And when I got him, he was like maybe the size of this leaf. There's actually 3 in there, so they've been blowing up like crazy. This was one that I had the aeration on. And then cucumber, our mint, I have to cut him back about every week because he just doubles in size like every week. And this was the big tomato that sadly I broke last time I was moving it. So I'm attempting to take his remains and make cuttings out of it. So these are actually looking pretty good. I think it's only been a week, so basically just soaking these ends in water, and hopefully they'll grow roots. Oh, there's some little roots on this guy. So once these bush out, they'll get put into the big system. We've also got some mulberry clippings, trimmings, cuttings, whatever you want to call them. I'm trying to do the same thing with, so hopefully those will work out. But yeah, basically with this kind of rearrangement system, I'll have these big totes. I need to get, I think, 3 more that'll fit here. And then I figured out in my little center thing, I can put another 4 buckets. So in total, we'll have 33 full-grown plants in here, not including the stuff that's in the dirt. So over here is my okra. They're going to get thinned fairly soon. This is some carrots. There's a couple little bitty guys showing up. Some peas. I'll probably move some of these. These are kind of too close together, so I'll move some of these to the hydroponics. I got another little one. I haven't seen him yet. These guys some of these will get moved, some of them I'll just leave here. Beets, garlic, and the radishes have been doing really good. So I'm really happy with these. We'll probably start harvesting some of these, the leaves at least, for some salad. And then yesterday I planted a bunch of potatoes here. So just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and see what happens, see what works. And these are 2 peppers. That's a spicy pepper, that's a sweet pepper. My okra, which these guys I bought at the store, then they pretty well died, and I kind of just let them do what they want to do, but that one's starting to get a flower, so I may have 1 okra produced. That would be kind of cool. 4 tomato plants, another bell pepper, mint, onion. So that's what's going on in here. Let me show you guys what I got. Oh, also, forgot about these guys. These are my sunflowers, so another just experiment. They were in the NFT, there we go, or something like that, the pipe system over there, and they started yellow, so I think they were getting too much water, and so I put them in here to see if they'll grow, but this one seems to be doing really well, so that'll be exciting. I'll show you what we got in the incubator greenhouse. So the exciting thing in here is microgreens. Finally getting trays that actually look pretty good. I've been harvesting off of this, so we had a really good salad last night. I'll probably cut up a bunch of these radish, and this is broccoli and some other stuff, more radish, and we've actually got some kale growing. I failed at kale before, but this is the most I've gotten there. These I'm probably going to let go to full maturity, and then get them into the hydroponic systems. Got some corn. I took a cob of corn and just playing with it, and so I'll probably pull these guys out pretty soon and put them in some dirt and just see what happens. This was an experiment with just some bird seed that we had just because I was curious, and turns out we just got grass. So this isn't actually edible, but it was kind of fun. I'm just seeing what happens with it because I got the tray. And then some pea shoots. So already started harvesting a little bit of these, but these guys are really good. Yeah, you just take them and eat them. Also going on over here, this is the nutrient film technique NFT system. These are some cuttings I took from one of the tomatoes in there. They're both doing awesome. Some squash. This is another kale. I'm trying another thing of just seeding in this tube in rock wool, and that seemed to work. I just got my Malabar spinach in seeds, the red Malabar, so I just put those in yesterday, which that's a vine that it's not actually spinach, but it's supposed to taste like spinach, so that will go out by the main house on that trellis that we have, and act as shade and food, and they're just really cool, and they like heat, and they grow really fast. Some more peas, again, just kind of playing with stuff. One thing that was interesting I found was I bought these little net cup foam holder things, and I found, and this really irritates me, these guys are like 50 cents a piece, but what they end up doing is they ended up choking out some of the more delicate plants. You can see there it's got basically nothing there. So I saw a guy that took pool noodles, literally foam pool noodles, $1 a piece, and cut them up and made these little foam things, and these work exponentially better. It's $1 for like, I can make like 50 of them, or like 50 cents a piece, and I gotta modify them and cut them just to make them work. Don't know why, but cheaper was better in that situation, so I'm gonna eventually phase these guys out, find something else. These down here, they're not looking super hot, but they're still okay. These are some basil. I took some clippings the other day, and I'm gonna try and get these 5 basil plant to grow into something, so yeah. Things are going well. And then the last thing is I finally got this reburied today. I got to do some cleanup on it to get some dirt off of it. But yeah, this is reburied. I think it's about 1.5 feet underground, and then was 1.5 feet, 2 feet above the ground, with dirt on 2 sides and the rocks and stuff on the other 2. But it's 100+ degrees in here, and this water's still nice and cool. So it keeps the plants happy, and it does kind of help cool it off in here. The shade cloth has been absolutely necessary in here. And I would love to get a fan in here to kind of pump some airflow, get the airflow moving better. But for now, I don't have electricity out here yet, so that's for another day. That's it for today. Probably going to be getting a second pump out here just to supply these other guys. I don't think there's enough pressure in just this little cheapy one to do like another 12 containers. So get another pump fairly soon, but really happy and really excited to see this stuff like growing like crazy. I'm hoping in the next couple months this place is just full as can be, and we'll start to get to you know, harvest the fruits of our labor, for lack of a better term.